Hey folks, I'm Boris, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play Leaders, a two-player abstract board game with a lot of variable character powers that recently popped up on Board Game Arena. I've got a game set up here with my dummy player, and let's just jump right into how this works. So on each player's turn, there is an action phase and a recruitment phase. During the action phase, you can move all of your characters one space. These are pretty much hexes, so you can move each character one hex. Right now, it is my opponent's turn, and on the first turn, you only have one character, the leader, so my opponent doesn't have much to do. He'll just move the leader one space forward and call it a day. Once your action phase is over, if you have not yet recruited all four of your champions, you get to recruit a champion. So Jack and Dak is going to grab the assassin over here. And when you recruit a character, you place them in one of the recruitment spaces on your side of the board. So Jack and Dak will put an assassin there, and it's over to me. Now, the second player, as a compensation for going second, gets to actually recruit two characters in their first recruitment phase. Each player gets to recruit 4 champions over the course of the game, but the second player will actually recruit their 4 first. So I'll go ahead and I'll also move my leader up a space, and we're going to go ahead and recruit the acrobat. Alright, so now on Jack and Dak's turn, he can move... Oh, sorry, this is actually still my turn because I'm the second player, right, as I just explained. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and also recruit the Royal Guard. Okay, now it's Jack and Dak's turn, and he can move both his assassin and his king, or his leader. So at this point, we should probably talk about the rules of the game. In Leaders, your goal is to capture the enemy leader, but it's not like in chess where you take pieces off the board. No piece is ever captured and removed from the board. Instead, you quote-unquote capture the enemy leader by getting 2 of your characters adjacent to him. If you can get 2 of your characters adjacent to the leader, you win. You also win if you can surround the enemy leader. So if the enemy leader ends up being, let's say, on this square, for example, where the assassin is, and you put one of your characters next to him, and then the opponent themselves has 2 other characters on these spots, so you only have one character touching the leader, but the leader doesn't have any empty hexes adjacent to him, then that also counts as a capture and you win the game. Alright, so Jack and Dak here will, this is very foolish, gonna go ahead and maybe march his leader up to here, and then he'll also try to bring his assassin close. As you can imagine, all the different characters in this game have various powers, so the assassin's special ability is that the assassin will actually capture the opponent's leader by itself. So if you just get the assassin next to your enemy's leader, then you automatically win the game. Jack and Dak will also go ahead and recruit the Protector. The Protector's special ability is that if the Protector is adjacent to an ally, then the Protector and any of the allies that are adjacent to him... Actually, that condition doesn't make any sense. No, just in general, the Protector and any allies that are adjacent to the Protector cannot be moved by enemy abilities. For example, the Illusionist can switch places with things, the Bruiser can push enemies when moving, the Manipulator can move an enemy. In fact, there's quite a lot of movement powers already here. I should actually mention that explicitly. In this game, there is a deck of character cards, and there are 3 cards that are face up. So when you recruit a character in your recruitment phase, you pick one of the 3, and then it is replaced with one from the deck. Alright, so here what I'll do is I'll use the Royal Guard special ability. So there are some characters that have passive abilities, like the Protector, for example, and the Assassin. But some characters marked with this lightning symbol have an active ability. When it's your turn and you're moving all your characters, you can either move a character a hex, or if they have an active ability, you can use the active ability instead. So what I'm going to do here, instead of moving the Royal Protector one or the Royal Guard one space, I'm going to use their active ability. What the active ability does is lets the Royal Guard teleport next to your leader, and then after that, they also get to move. So I'll also move them right there. And now I'm going to use the active ability of the Acrobat. The Acrobat's active ability is that he can sort of do checkers, where he can jump over 2 pieces, or 1 piece. But you can jump up to twice, so I'll jump there, And I won't elect to jump there. I'm happy being right here. And so now I'll just click ignore. And my leader, I'm fine with where my leader is. So I'll just end the action phase without moving the leader. Pieces are not obligated to move. So now we'll also go ahead and recruit the, let's go for Illusionist. So the Illusionist special power is that he can switch places with a non-adjacent visible character. So let's talk a little bit about what visible means. In this game, you don't really do line of sight per se. This square right here is not considered visible to the Illusionist, even though I could draw a line to it without interfering with anything else. Visible means in a straight line along the hexagonal spaces of the board. So on his turn, the Illusionist could, for example, switch places with the Assassin. All right, so now Jak and Dax's like, uh-oh, if my opponent's Acrobat and Royal Guard just move up a step, then my leader's captured, so maybe I should back off, actually. But let's also try to get the Assassin closer to the King. And I should try to get my Protector in here, because he's kind of sitting on the edge of the board doing nothing at the moment, so there, we'll call that good. All right, and so now the action phase being done, Jak and Dak will pass the turn, and he'll go ahead and grab the Archer. So the Archer special thing is that the Archer can help capture the leader from 2 spaces away, but the Archer does not help capture the leader from only 1 space away. So the Archer is, you know, kind of an inverted normal character where it's easier in a way to capture the enemy leader, but on the other hand, the enemy leader can snuggle up to the Archer without any negative consequences. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'll push the Royal Guard up a space, just take a normal move, then I'll use the Acrobat to jump right up to the enemy leader, and in fact I'll jump again, jumping behind the leader. So now my opponent is feeling a little bit uncomfortable with where his leader is. 1 more space from the Royal Guard, and the leader will be cooked. So I'll also go ahead and move the Illusionist up this way, and I'm a little bit uncomfortable about this Assassin, so we'll go ahead and back the leader off over here. By the way, I'm not trying to play optimally by any means, especially my dummy player, Jak and Dak here. He might very well not be making optimal moves. We'll go ahead and end the action phase, and we'll recruit the Manipulator. All right, now Jak and Dak's like, oh crap. So I've already got my leader next to one of my opponent's characters, and if the Royal Guard steps in, I'm going to be in some serious ass trouble. I'm actually not even sure there is a way for Jak and Dak to save himself here, because I think that no matter where he moves, the Acrobat and the Royal Guard are going to be able to get into him. It's possible that there is... Oh, no, there's a way. Okay, so what Jak and Dak decides to do is he says, okay, all right, I'm gonna rig this maybe just a teeny tiny bit. I'm going to move my leader over here. So we're going to snuggle up real close to the Acrobat, but now the Royal Guard cannot possibly get in and touch the leader. What I'm also going to do is move my Assassin here. This will block the Manipulator from making the King move. So we'll, you know, protect the King. The Manipulator could have maybe made the King move back over here, but I'll stop that from happening. We'll also put the Archer over here just to get a little bit more protection. And then we'll just end my action phase. So now Jak and Dak gets to recruit a character. And we'll recruit the Rider. So the Rider's special ability is that he can move 2 spaces in a straight line. But, oops! Jak and Dak forgot to move his Protector. He needed to move his Protector in front of the Illusionist. As it is, the Illusionist can now switch places with the Archer that is conveniently moved here, and now the enemy leader is captured. So that's the game. I'll be playing against some human opponents in a few videos here to, you know, just show off some different strategies and possibilities in the game. I think it's a pretty fun one, and I hope you stick around for that. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like it or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.